Hi, this is Sonia with Artsy Solutions, and we're going to start on part 4 of building the mats for our 6x6 mini album. So we already have the frame, and then we have a pocket here. This comes around, this flips open, and then back down with the magnetic closure. Then you have a pocket here, and then this flips open, and this flips open in the center with magnetic closures. That comes over, and then you have a pocket here. I'm trying to think. And you also have a pocket here. Yeah, you have a pocket here, and then here. And then this flips out, and then you have a pocket here. And then there's a pocket also on the back, on the inside. So we're going to add some mats. So you're going to need a total of 30 solid color mats that are 4 by 25 inches by 6.25 inches. So 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 inches. And I chose just 3 different colors to stick to. And then you need 30 solid black 4 1/2 by 6 1/2 inch, and these are just going to fit. Let me just take these off. They're going to overlay like this, and then you'll put your photo in the middle. So we're going to go ahead and glue these together. I'm just going to use some art glitter glue. Set these aside. And you can use ATG or score tape or whatever your favorite adhesive is. But for these mats, to me it's easier just to use the wet glue, and then you can also adjust where you want it at in case you don't line it up correctly. It gives you a little wiggle room to place it on your mat where it's supposed to go if it isn't lined up straight. So that looks pretty straight. I'm just going to burnish it. And there's a little bit of glue right here. I'm just going to wipe that off so it doesn't dry like that. And that's what your mat looks like. And I'm just going to go ahead and do all of these, and I'll be right back. Okay, and I forgot to mention that I'm using, this is Seaside 65-pound blue cardstock. Actually, it's the cream color that I'm using from this. It's from Recollections from Michaels. And then the green that I used, let's see. So this was the beige from the Seaside. And then the green that I used was from the Earth, Recollections Earth collection. And the blue, I think, yeah, the blue is also from the Recollections Earth collection. It's in here somewhere, so, but yeah. And then the black cardstock that I used was heavyweight. I think this was from the Paper Studio, 110-pound paper from the Paper Studio. So I made these to fit 4 by 6 photos, but I had a moment and I forgot, like, duh, this is 6 by 6. So a 4 by 6 isn't going to necessarily fit on the inside of the 6 by 6. So I'm going to work with it. I'm going to create some spots. It's going to be taller than a 6 by 6. So since I've already cut out and glued the mats, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and use them. So my idea is to put some throughout the book. like this, or something similar to this. Actually, I think I was going to use blue on these. Or beige. Either way. But the thing of it is, the back is going to show. So I'm going to add to some of these, to the backs of some of these mats. I'm going to give them some, I'm going to take some of this leftover paper and probably about a third of the way down, I'll cover it up with either a pattern or solid color. I may just do solid and then I can come in with embellishments if I need to. So I'm just going to take some more papers, some solid papers from here. And cut them down. So I would need 4 1/4 by about 3 inches. So I'm just going to see what it will look like with the design on it. Let's try this green one. So I want this to go vertically, so I'm going to cut it on the 3-inch side. Because it's going to go on the back of here. So 4 1/4. So if I were to put it in the book, yeah, I think that would look good. You'll see this in the background. So I think I'll show the pattern side. So I'm just going to randomly cut some at 4 3/4, 4 1/4 by 3 inches. And then I'm just going to glue them to the back of the page at about 1/8 of an inch from the top and from the sides. Okay, so I've only done 6 of these so far because I wanted to test out what it would look like, you know. So, what's the other one at? Here it is. So that's what they look like so far. What I may do is, you'll still be able to put your photo here. I may put like a word or something right there, or a sentiment, something, so that this doesn't clash with that, these two. So I'm just going to put some, I'm going to glue this on here, but I'm going to leave some space to where you can have like a tuck spot. Well, I don't really need a tuck spot because I've already got this pocket here. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down. But I'm going to use some score tape. You can use whatever type of adhesive you like, but, and I'm just going to put it on there like halfway. So essentially it'll still have a tuck spot, but it's on there pretty well and secure. And you can use glue, you don't have to use red score tape. I'm just doing that to make it sturdy because it's gonna, since it's gonna overhang from the book. I want to make sure it isn't going anywhere. So you want to burnish it, make sure it's on there good and tight. And if you have any excess, just cut it off. You can see that right there. Just cut that off. Might have to have some clean scissors. And then I'm just going to peel this back. I'm using a paper piercer by Tonic Studios. I'm just going to use that to peel back the tape. And then I'm just going to place this in the center. And so voila. I'm going to do the same thing with the one in the back because I want them to match. So about midway down, just add the tape. So I'm going to try to center this. Here it is. So it matches when you open it up. And I will probably I think I'll put the beige in the center. Yeah, I think I'll put it on these two here. I was going to put the beige like directly in the middle, but I think I'm going to put them on these sides. Or better yet, put blue on these sides. And then put some beige pockets in the center. I think that's what I'll do. Okay. So that's what we have so far. And then I can put these here. So that's what I'll do. Okay, since I had so many of these left, I'm going to make these into folios. So basically what I've done is I've taken a piece of cardstock, well, several pieces of black cardstock, and I cut them at 1 inch by 6.5 inches. And I did that because these mats are 6.5 inches long, and we're going to make a folio to connect these. So I scored them in the middle, the 1 inch by 6.25 inches, scored them in the middle, and then added some score tape to it. And I'm going to combine a few of these together to make like a, maybe it's called an accordion folio or something. And I'm just going to add different colors. And I'm going to make a few of those. So the way to do that is first, I'm going to peel one side off, and I'm going to hook it. I'm going to line it up to the score line. You can see that. I'm going to line it up and glue it next to the score line. And it's the black side is what's connected to it. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I have to turn it around like this. I'm right-handed, so I'm just going to line it up next to the score line. But not directly on it, it's just next to it, so that you can still see like a gap where the score line is. And this can turn like this. We'll fold over. And then the next one, I'm just going to connect all of these the same way. Just line it up. Flip this around. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but I have like a slight little overlap. And I'm just going to cut that. It's because when I connected this, I put it downward instead of up even. But it's an easy fix. I can just simply come in and click it. Yeah. It isn't perfect, but it'll work. And I'm just going to add one more. I think I'll do another green. That up as best I can. again. So now when you flip it over, it's all black. So what I did was I just went in and I cut some more 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 inch papers. Yeah, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 inch. And I'm just going to add these to the backs of these in just random orders. I might put this one here. Put a green one. And I cut a different color this time. I cut a light blue. So I think I'll add a light blue to this one. So I'm just going to glue these on here and center it. And we'll have our folio. Okay, so I calculated what all else you would need. You're going to need 18 additional black hinges, which are 1 inch by 6 1/4 inch. Let's just make sure I got that right. 1 inch. I measured it here. You can see 1 inch by 6 1/2 inch. My bad. 1 inch by 6 1/2 inch. Okay, and then score it in the middle. So you need 18 of these altogether. 18 1 inch by 6 1/2 inch hinges, scored in the middle. Add your tape or glue or whatever you're going to use. And then for your solid, your additional mats that you're going to need, hold on, let me fold this back up. You're going to need 24 4 by 25 by 6. Hold on. 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. You're going to need 24 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 inch. More of these mats. So the way it'll look when it's completed is you'll be able to put it in a pocket somewhere. Let's see where one of the pockets are. You could put it down in there. Or I'm planning on making some pockets in the middle. You could actually just set them down in there. So either way, you have a whole lot of extra space for your photos. So we're not wasting it. And it's going to be bigger than just a 4 by 6 album. It's pretty size worthy. So that's going to determine how I'm going to make my closure too, is how I've got these in here. So we'll see, it's a work in progress. So I want to go ahead and complete the rest of these little photo folios, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have each one of these complete, and they're double-sided, so you can fit 8 photos on here. So I decided that instead of putting the photos in the side pockets like this, I'm just going to make a pocket for them in the front or throughout. And I was going to make a thicker pocket like this, but when I put this in here, they kept falling out, and then I tried to make a closure for it, and it was just too bulky and too much of a mess. So I've decided that I'm just going to make 6 pockets, and so to make those, you're going to need 6 inch by 2 inch pieces of paper. You'll need 6 of them. And then you're going to score it Let me get the scoring board out. Okay, so you have 6 inches by 2 inches. Let me zoom in so you can see a little bit. So on the 6-inch side, you're just going to score at a 1/2 inch and at 5.5 inches. Then you're going to flip it around over to the 2-inch side, and then you're just going to score it at a 1/2 inch. So 6 inches by 2 inches, score at a 1/2 inch, and then score at 5.5 inches. Flip it around and then score at 1/2 inch. So let me zoom back out. Okay. Then all I'm just going to do is just take my scissors, and right here in the corner where you see your score lines, I'm just going to cut out this square right here, but I'm going to cut it at a slight angle. I'm just going to come in at like a little angle. See how I cut a little extra off? I'm just going to do this one the same way. I'm going to cut this square out, do the same thing, and I'm cutting up to this point right here. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that over, and I took a punch. This is by Recollections, an edge punch, and I'm just going to punch the edges. Oh, I skipped it a little bit. Let me see if I can fix that. So I'm just going to come across and cut. Oops. You want to make sure it's lined up before you punch. Make sure I get this in there. Okay, so we have that. So I'm just going to fold on the line, on the score line, and see how it leaves like this excess here. We're just going to, I'm going to go ahead and, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this little part right here, and then cut down. So I'm basically taking this top part off, going straight across. So this is what you have. So I'm just going to fold these side flaps in, break out the art glitter glue, add a little glue on this corner and on this corner, fold those two in. And I'm just going to hold these two down. Then I'm just going to come back around with some score tape. Some score tape and goes across. And I'm just going to lift this little piece up because I want to add some tape to right here. So from here, I'm just going to cut that. So you got that little bit right there, and it stops right before you get to the top. And the same thing on this side. I'm just going to burnish it and make sure it's down really well. Smooth it out. And I'm just going to put it in here. But what I want to do is I'm just going to stick this inside of here first, the pocket. Because I want it to line up with this green. So what I'll do is I have this in here, and then I'm just going to take the tape off and adhere it. Let me set it down. So I'm just gonna smooth it down. So now I know where to place it at. So when I take this out, I know that it's down far enough to where this isn't gonna come up over it. It'll fit down in there just nicely. I'm just going to do the same thing to this and throughout. I've already lined up where I want each thing. Basically where each one of these are. That's where I'm going to put them at. I may reconsider the ones in the middle simply because they might have a little more give to them. They might not have as much give to them. So I may not put it there. We'll see. Before I add this to it, I had messed up on it from earlier, so I'm just going to come back through and add a piece of designer paper to it, just to kind of take away from that horrible look. I'm just going to let it cover it up. Make sure it's all the way over. That's the good thing about using wet glue, is it gives you room to readjust where you want your elements. Okay, so now I can glue this back on. And I want to do the same thing to the back page, the matching back page. I'll just take the reverse. Actually, I'll put it up here. Yeah, I'll just put it up here. I can put this on there. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We have these that come out double-sided, and you get your, I'm gonna have to fix that. You can get 8 photos on here. Just sit that back down in there. Then flip it over, have another one. Same thing. Same thing. Of course, these open up. And then I forgot, we also have a pocket in here. And then you also have a pocket on here as well. This also opens up. These open up. And you have your pockets here. I'm going to have to come up with something to keep these in place. So I'll do some fussy cutting and then we'll see what we can come up with. But so far this is it. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop right there and we'll complete the rest of it on the next video. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out my blogs and social media networks. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.